Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe.
Unsolved: The Murders of Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G. episode number 9. This episode was called Christopher. They took us on a little journey and we got to know more about Greg Kading and Russell Poole and how their lives basically turning out the same way. The relationships are shambles. They're getting divorced. They have this whole America's favorite pastime of baseball and how it plays into the investigation in real life, which is very true. Every metaphor in this series, I think, is greatly written, man. They wrote it so well that they need to just slap their mamas at this point. Speaking of mamas, we got to talk about Miss Wallace, Miss Deletta Wallace, Biggie's mom. She's a great actress. Everything she does is pretty powerful. You can tell maybe the stuff she's going for, she's sliding into that. I want to be that memorable African American figure, someone historical like Harriet Tubman, or firefighter or medic or whatever she's doing. She's just doing pretty good roles, so shouts out to her. But I gotta say this, when she said Mick Hammer and talking about MC Hammer, I about died. Told Biggie, keep your senses, as she's holding 25 cents in her hand. And I thought that was pretty dang on powerful. We saw the hotel wearing the tuxedo in LA the night. They were flashbacking from when he made it to that dream, and almost like last episode with Tupac. Utilities cut off, sitting on a stoop or on a fire escape, to now your mother has a garden and she's cultivating land and this beautiful white picket fence type situation. Like, oh, we made it. I did it for you. I told you I would do this for you, Mom. And this was Biggie's chance to have his moment of, I got you. I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure you're happy and taken care of. Now, back when he was 16 or whatever, was at the door, and the chick Tiffany was at the door. I'm like, Tiffany or Kimberly? We're talking about Lil' Kim. Is that Lil' Kim? She looked a little bit too tall to be Kim. But did y'all get a Lil' Kim fade? You want to rumble with the B, huh? That's what I was feeling. I don't know. Let me know what you thought. They're trying to cover up this whole cassette tape issue. One of my favorite shots is going to have to go back to that balcony. Looking at the balcony, and when Biggie's there on the phone, which they've been teasing throughout this entire season so far, that final moment, his final moment of talking to his mother saying, I love you, and it's their goodbye. And that was just so sad when she finally walked out there and he just disappeared. Wow. Kading is now too close to the fire. He's hitting that Russell Poole moment, and everything that he's getting, since he's so close to the fire, everything he's doing is getting looked at with that fine-tooth comb, and he's ticked off, man. He's mad. And I'm still trying to figure out what's the deal with Dupree. Do y'all trust Dupree? Because he just seems to always only ask questions. It's like more questions than answers are chiming in. Like Polly Percy, who I love as a character on here. Perfect. Uncle Jerome from Snowfall. He's hilarious. Look, to take the lady car, like seriously, you really took her car? This chick was trying to go nurse. She was trying to go do her job, trying to get her coins, to get either in the car or going off, whatever she needed to do. Regardless, that fool jacked her and then tried to say, and then tried to act like he didn't know what he was doing. Stop it, Percy. No one, and when I say no one will cross Mr. Nice. Suge is that guy. Now, Steen from Underground, I love you on here, Mervon. She said it best. This case is insane. And when they cut from her, they went to Russell Poole. And Poole is saying, be patient, buddy. So it's like the 90s, you have the 2000s, and at what point will it become complete? It won't. Russell, with Jimmy Simpson playing this character, we get the baseball. Like I said, America's favorite pastime sport. So many innings. It's so long. You know in the end there's going to be someone coming out as a victor, right? Someone's going to get the W, someone's going to get the L, but it takes forever at a baseball game. They got the 7th inning stretch. I mean, the score could be 0-1 for 9. It could be 0-0 for 9 innings, or it could finally, in the bottom of the 9th or whatever, it could go 2-2, and now you're stretching out long. It takes 3-4 hours for this sport. It's not something you can just stir, mix, and serve. This case, year long, man. Okay, so 90s Tupac is referenced to a vehicle at this point. This is where you get to see the power behind Suge, how he can manipulate his own army and even the people he's intimate with, the women. He can strong arm everybody, scare everybody into getting what he wants. It is what it is. So 90s Tupac, we see the showpiece that he never got the opportunity to drive his old school car. We jump and see it go back to the owner. We see that flag hanging out that dude's pocket. And at that point, you're like, all right, the 61 Impala, it can just do what y'all can do what y'all need to do with it, because I ain't about to die for no car. All he needed to do was just call the police at that point. You willing to lose your life over a vehicle? That's like fighting over somebody trying to rob you. Give him the car and let him go. Don't lose your shits in the mix of it all. You know what I mean? How do y'all feel about them dropping Michelle's name so many times throughout this series? I'm a fan of Michelle, okay? Something in my heart, all the other stuff. I watched the R&B Divas with her, and you can tell. You seen the NWA movie. You saw her own Michelle story. You watch R&B Divas. I watched it, and I'm a fan of her music. She's been in relationships with Dr. Dre, and she also has, a child with Suge. But they name dropped the heck out of her this series, and which makes me think, okay, is she gonna have a character, or did they just reach out to her for information? They probably reached out to her. Michelle appears to be the type of person who just will say what she needs to say at this point. Maybe she's just come to the point of life like, I don't have to hide anymore. This fool he's still doing what he's doing, and he's locked up. Let me know what you think. Now, Russell Poole's character is, to me, the realest reflection of law enforcement career. He said his truth. He got pushed out, ends up leaving, and he can't really let it go to what, he wants to still be in that field, but now he's got to do security. He's running into people So it's just like, dang, and in the midst of it, your family life is just dwindling away. It's a pretty dang on messed up situation. Some people can survive it, some folks can't handle it. But to go from the streets to security is wow. But in that process, he was able to get the update on the case, whatnot, with his old partner. Suge was using his baby mamas and Teresa. The last 3 episodes, they've been stopping with the big tip, like, oh man, Percy's gonna snitch on everybody. Like, Percy's gonna roll on everybody. Lamar Tate's character, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your wig off. You wanna know? I'm gonna tell you everything. Then everybody who they point to, it just doesn't lead to the roles that they expect. And I don't think they're gonna find any new things, because as soon as you get too close to the fire, you gotta go. Have the Wallace family and everybody else, and loved ones and children that are known and not known, that are without these people. Now, why no Faith? Why not a lot of Faith in here? This was his widow, right? I really thought they would show us way more Faith Evans, and we didn't get that. Just that one little interview, and that was about it. You would think she would be the one in more so mourning. Of course a mother would, but that was his wife, and they did have a son who was a junior, right? And I think it would be dope if they continued the Unsolved as far as the culture. If they continued it with the culture, it would be dope. It would be very interesting to see them continue on USA. USA, I'm still mad at y'all about dropping Damnation straight up like that. We'll see what happens next episode, y'all. Anyway, I'm up out. Y'all heard about Bill Cosby? Who Bill? Guilty. And everybody mad at Kanye too. Too much going on, y'all. Too much going on. I'm out.